These were some of the best highlights from the Rumble stage of LPL Summer 2024 matchup between EDG and Rare Adam.
Of the Smolder, it just has come through just as a champion, which is okay at following up on some big engage compositions later on with that big ultimate. Doesn't really give much lane presence though.
Flash on forwards, gets the root, leave in danger, has to flash away. The autos afterwards doing so much work, and first blood comes on down. Smolder punished in the blink of an eye.
Okay, so that is yeah, leaving stage right very, very quickly. I like my corky shaken, not stirred. Xiaohao is going to be going to... no, not Xiaohao is going towards... Look, shut up. Okay, Xiaohao's going towards bot lane.
The name's Dive. James Dive. Leave another day. They make it a 1-for-1. I'm out of James Bond puns, but I don't think they're out of damage. The Ashe comes on through with the ult. But Wink will blink and fall apart in the bot lane.
With two kills, they can afford themselves an entire Goldfinger at this point. They picked up about 600 from the kills. They get to get themselves plates as well. Bow. Yeah, it does feel like EDG. They will find themselves, sadly, a moment to reflect. Maybe they can find themselves a quantum of solace in this moment. They'll definitely need it after this awful early game.
Look, they went to the Casino Royale. They gambled and they lost, you know? That was a bad flip. They put it all on red.
Yeah, and now with the cloud going down as well, it really is a literal sky falling as well. So is the cloud.
Oh my God!
But Rare Adam. It's EDG. No contest there. He's just there kind of battle warding it out, playing his own bit of Safari League of Legends and seeing that the wildlife is there. It is there. Vikler is on the weak side. He has a big one, so he can clear out a little bit. Vili won't get himself access to like a big turret plate. This dragon's going down fine. Worth noting, by the way, that sadly they can't capitalize. And now RA, they can potentially look for an early soul point. They're going to get themselves towards this tower. Which will share gold between Vikler and Xiaohao, of course. I think Xiaohao getting gold is important. He's gone for the Merc Treads, which makes it harder to engage onto him with something like the Lily of Sleep. I think that makes sense, because if you get hit by a random Swell Seed, the game gets online. He's on, what, 133 stacks right now, if I spy that little number correctly. And EDG will be waiting for that to take over to 225.
Hook now onto the Rel. Flash on forward, straight onto the Lily, who now get the turnaround as Rel goes in with a Magnet Storm, and down goes Nautilus. Wink now in danger as Asum begins to free fire, but Kryan's already done the work. They will now lose the Rel. The turnaround onto Kryan is huge as the plants come on forwards. Asum gets 2, nearly at Meganar. The arrow onto Solo Kill, who finally turns up to a play despite this gold lead from the individual lane being pretty monumental. It ends up being a 2-for-2.
But with the health bars being so low, I think EDG get themselves the dragon after this point, potentially. All the same, the start of that fight was just throwing himself into the fray, which ends up giving the opening to EDG.
Fair to assume that they'll play a very clean fight. It's now at 4-0-1. Decide on the Phantom Dancer over the Flicker Blades. What's some debate about it? Back to the dragon we go. Down about 2,000 HP, could be in Smite Steel range, and it is! In comes the mother from Smolder to do some work. A Solo having to back away. The damage, though, already monumental onto the backline. It's a 1-for-2 in favor of EDG so far, but all out goes the side of Xiaoxu and gets at least one back, but Kryan so damaging. Assume trading out with the Phantom Dancer. Not quite enough. There's everybody dead but one on either side.
Once again, RA end up high enough cooldown to make sure that he can keep wave clearing. But that was one of the things that was nerfed about him. You can't do it every wave right now, so it is going to be that mid lane turret finally falling. That's the nerf to Smolder, which we saw from the previous...
Dragon, that is started up by EDG.
Yeah, it's just another bad arrow from Assume. He's not been accurate this game. He's been on a good run of form, but these arrows are really not helping. Hawkshot comes through to give some vision of the battlefield. UAV deployed. RA, can they find themselves engaged? Vikler's not even here. He's not here in time.
No, but it'll still be a Smite contest taken by the Zyra. That's so point. Smolder fires out the ultimate. Jue getting burned down, about to get popped. Leave gets that one, but it's a 1-for-1. Now Leave's in danger, has to flash himself. So many slows, though. Needs to try and get over the wall. Doesn't have the flight, and a flash on him from Corky guns down the dragon.
Okay, this is the green light for RA. You've killed 2 members. You need to get the Baron right now. You have a Zyra. You can gun this down. If they get the Baron, I think they can accelerate the game again to the point where EDG can't stand up and fight. Leave couldn't get over that wall in time. This should be the game-breaking moment unless EDG have something to say in the 3v4. I don't think they can, though. Solo Kill can teleport in and see if he can contest with the Meganar.
Xiaoxu took the Blast Cone out, found an easy action for Jeju, who doesn't have flash, who couldn't come over the wall. Down to 3,000 HP. They need to keep the Lily out of the pit. Down goes Baron. Solo kill coming for a flank. It's going to be slowed down by the volley, making it very hard. Cryin also slowed down by the Rylite. And Solo kill split off, goes down. Into the backline goes Xiaoshu, who murders Cryin with a Q3 from the gods. And Tofo, 3 strikes and you're out. Wink going over the wall and flashing out after the crash down. No horse available. It is a charge of the Light Brigade from EDG into the cannons around Baron, but they don't win that fight.
Jue is now back on the board as well, potentially looking for a hook forwards with Cryin and Solo kill dead. RA, it felt like they'd stalled out, that maybe they'd not had the speed to get away from this Smolder, but now suddenly with 8 kills on a
This side means that there's no way you can play a fight and retreat around that Smolder, and RA just pick him off.
Flap, flap, flap to get the kill on Jue, and that's all well and good, but we'll talk about that in a second. As Cryin, well, it's all over, but for his namesake, he is in a 3v1 and swiftly goes down.
When you die trying to defend against a Baron buff, it makes things that much worse, because now there's no one here to wave play through this bot side. You don't have that Lucian, who is so much of the damage here from EDG. That's going to be an inner turret. I'd imagine this might even be the full inhibitor with a full minute left on the Baron buff. They do have themselves a hook to look for from Nautilus, even if the ults aren't there from Assume.
Get a little dicey to manage. Inhibitor turret under siege. Already the damage is getting pretty huge. This Ashe in particular, we've called it out already. Smolder calls him mum again, but look, this isn't the PTA. You don't have that much power here.
Just imagining fucking Theoden under the around side lane pressure from Solo kill. You can see what happens when Cryin pushed up like that before. It's quite hard to play around this. Arrow missing again, but not really going to be that much to play around here. The arrows have been missing quite a lot from Assume.
Yeah, going for relatively long-range attempts that haven't really worked out. They will get this tier 2, which was a bounty. Solo kill in danger, nearly at Mega. We'll be able to hop away. The culling as well as a relative.
Again, running out of presence on the map. They're stalling as best they can. They get 3 items onto Cryin, but you know, Vikler is now, after Vikler had some pretty poor team fights before this, is now still 2,500 gold up with almost... Baron started up. JJ still in the area. Can Jue stop him getting into the pit? They'll have that flash. They'll have themselves the Smolder ultimate in range to try and fire over the wall.
Smolder summons the ultimate. Leave again to free fire. Damage though. Wink. Just taken out before he can get that much done. Was looking for an engage that could not be found. The tier 2 on the bot side is secured by Solo kill, and that's something. All the while, not really getting Baron either at RA, so they're okay with this.
They lose themselves that turret. Victor's coming down, he has teleport, and also Jue has the War Mugs, which means he doesn't have to reset. He can stick around that Baron if they want, so we'll see whether RA just rinse and repeat. There's no Smolder ultimate this time to throw over the wall. We said that's a big part of the over-the-wall combo, and it starts again.
JJ has flash still. It's a known quantity, but down to 6,000 HP. Cryin to half HP himself as Vikler. It's burned out by Leave, who flaps out. Oh! JJ gets in! He steals the Baron, gets a lilting lullaby, will fall down, but RA mess up, but that gives them all the time in the world.
All the EDG fans out there say, JJ steals the Baron, does lose his flash, but that's completely fine. Ends up getting himself a huge victory there for EDG. Almost even with Leave. Jue not quite able to find the engage.
Looking for it, but the flap is quick enough at this point with all the stacks to save.
Oh,
the arrow
another miss.
Poor. I mean, it was blind, don't get me wrong, there were no wards, but it still goes wrong. Xiao has to get over the wall, gets out from the Smolder ultimate. Mom again called in with his lungs, and will go straight towards Chubby through mid lane. There's a Q coming through. Q over the wall from Xiaoshu. Gets Leave. Smolders down. Glory from the top lane of RA, who are the rarest atoms of all. Gold is valuable, but they are just better in this one. It's a man-made victory from the top lane.
Gold is temporary, Xiaoshu is forever for RA. They will march down to the base after slaughtering EDG in the late game. The Smolder could not carry the game because the Smolder was caught, and EDG will, just like their AD carry, leave this game in tears.
I cannot believe it. Xiaoshu might just have earned an MVP for the most incredibly clutch Untofo Strikes Part 3 I have seen in my life. Pulls Smolder over the wall and pulls RA over the line. They are the Game 1 victors.
It takes a Folks, we now have like a return to the 2022 spring meta of Jinxafelli, so we get to come back to that one. Hyper carries back into the available. Assume doesn't have to tank the tower, so the damage onto him is kind of decorative. Jue and Xiaohao are full HP. This could be dangerous.
Way not taking the aggro quite yet. Flash away from Leaf. Keeps him alive for now, but the hook afterwards is big. First blood still going the way of Leaf. And Braum damage early on is ridiculous. Can't get the last auto. Leaf gets another. I mean, Braum, of course, Wink the real winner here. As Xiao has to flash away. Rare Atom. Oh no!
Vickless just ended up recalling from mid as well. Wink ends up burning down. So Xiaohao gets that one. Leave can't walk up with his HP as it stands. He can maybe try and get himself. He didn't have the caliber. If he had the caliber, he could fire off that moonshot towards him. That long range.
Otherwise.
So JJ now in bot side to make sure they can defend the crash. Leave no summoners though.
There comes the turnaround though onto the Nautilus, who just gets murdered in place. Leave about to be donated a kill. Nope, JJ gets it. Will be the burn, I think, on the Faded Ashes securing that one.
Yeah, JJ gets himself on the board as well as the EDG. They get the task he's been put with.
JJ has now got the ultimate available. You could see the worst in case for Summon Dwayne looking to go further forwards as Xiaoshu will ult here and try and do some proxy farming. Xiaohao is around, so this wouldn't be a 1v1 for long necessarily.
Xiaohao's just out of vision, just out of the fog of war. JJ on that bot side has the level 6. This ain't looking too pretty for the Jinx.
Then comes the Stranglethorn. The turnaround, though, was pretty huge. Tower shot not quite enough. And Leave uses a barrier to survive the tower shot afterwards as well. EDG, clean dive in bot lane.
Leave throws out the blender. A position where he's zoned out of top side. There are wards in the enemy in their own jungles. They know that Xiaohao and Dway are here, but can they find an engage?
Meganar, this could be dangerous. They get the hook out to try to burn him down before he hits Mega. Just about survives, can't quite get the kill. The Pyroclasm flying around though could prove problematic. Vikla chunked out very low as Xiaoshu flashed on in, gets a Kolmamik to murder a couple.
Xiaoshu picks up a kill. If you didn't know, by the way, much like Kennen, when you press the Renekton ultimate, you briefly stop in place. If you flash, you break that animation. So he flashes, gets that instant Q with his rage attacking up as well to get himself nuclear now.
Have got tools to do it, but Leave was asked to do a lot of work this game. He's been donated kills, been donated gold. He has survived a number of attempts on his life.
Inferno around this point, as soon as you get that Infinity Edge, because the ultimate, the Mega Inferno Bomb, just
very good,
starts popping heads beyond that point. So keeping that one in inventory and getting rid of the Graviton for now.
I think Titan's Wrath probably exactly what it is. Yeah.
I think that's a
movie. That's a very bad Titan. Yeah. It's a very bad movie as well.
I remember there was
really enjoyed it.
Apparently the remake. Well, so the remake was bad. I think the original was meant to be somewhat. At least take the turret. Xiaoshu looking for a flank. This is the first 5v5 of the game. Meganar full flow right now for solo kill.
He's wearing down though. He's not going to be here in time. Dragon taken by the Jinx of all people. Xiaoshu want to go to the back line. JJ is going to be flashing away, trying to stay alive. In danger. Stranglethorn comes on down. Cannot get far enough away. Is eviscerated. And Jinx picks up the kill. Excited now. Look at Xiaohao over the wall. Could look to flash. Get something more. Is crying in turn. Forced to flash away. Leave. Stays alive. Loses his flash too.
Leave losing his flash is a huge loss there. If you're looking for things to look out for in team fights to make yourself feel clever and understand the game, because it can be difficult with League of Legends. One of the big things you need to look for is Wink's shield usage.
Oh, might be also a Meganar usage as solo kill. Solo kills Dway pretty much. A little bit of an assist coming in from the side of the Zyra and Braum.
So that's going to be a flash from solo kill and that Meganar use. You still have the Jinx ult. You still have the Brand ult too. This is not a one fight. If they plummet up the pit, this could be over for them.
Could be in danger. Baron secure, but the turnaround's still big. Xiaoshu into the backline. Finally goes down. Vikla trying to trade out. Goes down. The Aphelios flashing on forwards. A triple kill and a blender. Here's a dish I made earlier. Quadra kill for Leave.
Leave gets the quadra kill because RA don't get the combo. They end up losing their engage, and Leave finally gets himself a team fight on this AD carry with so many resources to show exactly what the Aphelios can do in the late game. EDG, they walk away with that back.
The team can follow.
So I have to see whether he can do that, whether Xiaohao can get himself an ultimate through the Braum shield. That's what we were trying to say before the game kind of ends.
Went wrong,
if you want to feel clever in these team fights, watch to see how the shield is standing far enough back, so he's countered that. And there's no teleport wards behind really EDG in a position they would have wanted to use. Vikla just about living through there. He's
got range, so could prove difficult if he picks the wrong moment to step forward. Teleport behind right now from Xiaoshu. Looking to be on the other side, but that means it's a 4v5 right now with Solo Kill coming from the flank onto potential Dway. Wink goes on forwards, doesn't find the engage, solo kill nearly the Mega! Lands Leave! Not again! This time he survives, can't quite go down! They've not killed him! It looked like a moment of madness! He gets the Moonlight Vigil, and he will stay alive! Somehow, some way!
Leave goes down, but he does the damage. The late game mistake doesn't become egregious enough for EDG to lose the game. RA, they throw too many resources into the mouth of the Aphelios, and Leave ends up ruling the late game in a way he couldn't in that first game. This should be the game right here and now, but they back off. They think that the death time is too soon. The minions won't get there in time, and they go back towards the Baron. I'm so surprised. I feel like they just end the game there.
I'm kind of there with you. I want to see that replay because I think Vikla missed 2 Qs that might have killed Leave there. We'll have a look. It got very close indeed. I thought it was over when that hook landed.
So I thought that hook, this is a godlike hook. The fact that this lands at all is a problem in late game. Wink goes forwards, but the teamfight shape is just all out of proportion. Leave goes forwards and gets hit by absolutely everything. Vikla manages to get across here, and then he ends up missing 1, missing 2. That would have killed and failing to do anything about it. RA, they're looking for another miracle engage, looking for another miracle hook. No barrier, no flash. Is that going to be enough for RA to finally kill this Aphelios?
GA complete as well. Another life, even if the summoners are down, you've got to kill him twice. We've already seen how much it takes to do that in the first place. So get dicey, and inhibitor down in the mid lane, as we saw at the end of that last play. Coming to play here, still a minute and 30 on that one. The tower just disappears in the blink of an eye.
It is so much AD on Leave, so much ability to just keep shredding through these turrets. He's maxed out his lethality at this point. His attack speed is starting to go up as well with his stats that he levels up instead of the abilities. Leave's not here to do damage.
That's a teleport away as well from Vikla, who's not, sorry, Quiet, he left. But the damage back is still huge, and despite the Corki leaving, they can't quite punish it.
I mean, Wink's also got himself the Warmog, so it means nothing. You get the recalls coming in from Rare Atom. They're going to be 3 inhibitors down. So EDG, they're going to walk in having blown nothing important, and now suddenly Leave has his barrier back up, and that could be the difference in him living and dying. Alright, they don't have a flank. It is just going to be straight up brawl. Try and kill the minions as well. It's going to be hard to manage that one. Xiao's going to try and get the E spread from those minions, but it's hard for him to even stand up and get within E range.
No, you got a flash on Xiaoshu, a flash on Dway, and a prayer. Inhibitor turret 1 about to fall. RA, you have to pull the trigger shortly, or it's all over.
That's the ultimate missing from that Infernum. Can't quite get it. The ultimate coming through from Xiaoshu. He's ramping up that rage. The minions are dying. The inhibitors are down. It's tutorial League of Legends, but RA are still standing just about.
About 3 inhibitors down, it's so difficult. Solar Kill still a Megadar! Struggle Thorns onto 2! Huge damage back! Vikla into the backline. JJ goes golden, and already the damage is critical. Another inhibitor turret still about to fall. Flash on in, gets some damage, can't quite kill him off. Leaves still with the GA, still standing. Solo Kill gets the Renekton. It's a pair of boots as a final prize here. Nexus fall, EDG open up the series.
1-1 in this series down in the Nevada.
And we'll lock it in for his own edification. That's the way we do that.
Yeah, and we get to learn words here with Sam.
I
remember the matchup really goes to the side of Vikla. He doesn't have that flash. It can definitely hurt that one, but we'll have to see whether Vikla can use that play well.
Nice headbutt away there with some decent work. He's Wink in danger, but so is Dway, and I think Leaf just wins this one out. One final auto does it, and the bot lane 2v2 goes very wrong for RA.
Yeah, Vikla is going to have his piercing light dodged out by that Valkyrie too. I love this mid lane matchup.
Over they will go, but of course that's kind of fine. In some ways you're running with the Jax, you're running with the Lucian. You're asking in some ways to play a little bit more for those side lane thresholds and pressure points. You got a Zig to do the same here on the Lilia, and we can see the Brand isn't as valuable at that level 1, level 2 mark. You can punish him, much like a Vi. He needs a few more abilities to get towards that passive where so much of the damage is. You don't get to get that blaze past him until then. JJ, they're flashing on in, lands some conflagration damage, and down goes that Lucian.
Vikla is behind.
So, EDG, they end up losing themselves that flash onto the Corki, but he's still ahead in gold. He's still doing completely fine.
Leave, puts that ult forwards to get that auto attack reset and get himself that W on target. Assumes going to be able to wave clear through. Another Q will get himself that kind of move, but it's a single target Q.
Oh, nearly gets a solo kill. Leave will surely die to the turret. He will.
He could have flashed out. I don't think he realized he could flash out of range. Leave gets the solo kill, but dies solo as well. Assume with that gold gets through to his first item, which he didn't have just before that point. There are going to be some minions dying to the turret, but Leave really intent on taking this game into his own hands. This has been the first game, I think, was maybe a bit of a wake-up call for him. He ended up losing there in the laning phase, getting dunked on in the games 2 and 3. He's really controlled things.
Dway's in danger. So much damage flashing away from the stun of the Seer, and a kill onto the Lucian.
Gonna be the brand damage on the return back. Takes half HP from Vikla and Dre, but the damage is done. JJ flash forward for...
Tricky one to do. The Nidalee pass will be in dispute here until that game is somewhat played.
We also get to see Rookie on the Corki, which has played an awful lot too. I did say that I felt like NIP were potentially in a bit of an advantage in the other series in the picture-in-picture because it feels like their solo laners are stronger than FPX's, even though FPX I think have looked better as a team.
Smaller Krugs, but not going to be able to happen. Overcomes Wink. The sweeper is on, so Jway just backing away. The lilting lullaby, potentially an opportunity on a Wink who's slowed down. Not going to go for anything more. He then crashes out. Does Wink with that Ferromancy on the W, teleporting in. They really want this to RA.
And they have themselves the little mites to help with it too. They're coming from outside of the range of the tower.
Lands Mega Inferno Bomb. Lilting lullaby afterwards. The Q3 comes on through, but 2 down in the tower. Surely will be taking a bit of a chunk after as well. Clean dive from RA.
But it's really, really hard for him to take it with the same amount of grubs. RA will take themselves the first turret of the game with all of the plays just before the 14-minute mark, and suddenly Xiaoshu is a hell.
Top into the Jax, who's going to have to sit there and just deal with it. Of course, Lucian will be given free time in the bot lane to try and trade that one out. Into the Herald goes JJ on the brand. So that one goes down pretty rapidly. They'll try and get a second charge off here, but I don't think they were going to be able to get a whole turret. They are going to drive on in here.
What's also happening on the other side too is that you need the Herald to make that play on top side. The other team doesn't. RA have the 5 grubs. They don't need to do that. So Vikla now gets himself the tower in that side lane again, keeping the gold earned between these mid laners very even. And also another thing which is happening here is that RA are farming on 3 lanes, EDG are farming on 2. So overall, you can just see again, EDG choose to use them for solo kill.
Could prove a little bit dicey to manage. All the while, they're over towards the dragon. In a good position to potentially fight this.
So, going up towards this, you have Flash on Xiaohao. You have Ziggs holding this choke point as well. Look for that poke. Look for that ability for EDG to get into the river. Solo Q's trying to brute force his way in. Jack's coming in, but he might be late. I think he's gone too far.
Maybe. Xiaohao in the back of the pit goes on forwards, gets a big chunk on the JJ into the Mega Inferno Bomb. Down goes the brand. Doesn't get as much damage as they hope for as Lucian calls down the rel. Onto the other side goes Leave, trying to get out of here. Exit stage left goes down. A whole ace for RA. They get the dragon.
Massive menace in the team fights, but honestly, it's the big combos coming through from Assume and Xiaoshu, which really feels which seals out that fight. And EDG, they also they are kind of struggling to win these fights. Is going to really, really hamper their ability to play around the map. They do play towards strong side bot again, but once again, they are missing a lane of fun. They do get themselves that turret, but RA consistently playing on 3 lanes instead of that 2. Playing around their combos really well too. EDG, if their first pick is going onto Xiaohao, well, he has a Seekers, and if it's going on to Dre, well, he has the ult, and he can get out particularly. He can normally buy a lot of time. EDG, they want to get a pick to break open this map and make sure that RA are punished from fighting on more lanes than they are, but they can't kill that first target well.
Messy little bit happening in the other series. Well, I saw a kill from the side.
I think, yeah, okay, they haven't set up towards the dragon. They're going towards Baron Vision, saying, okay, RA, you can finish that dragon if you want. Vikla taking a hard trade, dodges out, and that boss bomb.
Around the culling afterwards is pretty huge. Minotaur's trying to buy his way, but the bomb behind means there's nowhere to run. Leave, though, burns down the Lucian, but Lilia gets 2, continuing to stick him into the long, dreamless night of sleep. They can turn towards the Baron afterwards. 2 men the advantage. And they're going to try and take this one out because there's no smite to contest.
That should be it. Solo kill can maybe drag Xiaohao out of the pit, but he's gone a little too early. Here comes Cryin.
Try and maybe stop that one, but already Xiaoshu knocks out the rest of the AD carries. Solo kill goes all out, but there's just nothing left in the tank. He's trying to hit the accelerator, but he's running on empty. And they get another kill. RA have Baron. They've got 5 grubs. And they can start to break apart.
3, top 2 Lily. I don't know. This guy's just really good at this champion. Now you have a Ziggs with the Baron push. RA, they haven't even chosen to reset. They get themselves an easy turret. Really does feel like EDG are on the ropes. They get themselves a dragon. It's an objective bounty. But can they get to base in time to defend their inhibitor and the rest of their turrets? The RA, they leave that top lane play alone. They do still have that Ziggs. Very easy for them to play around this this big kind of execute combo. Satchel just about comes through, and RA get themselves 2 swift turrets.
Blink of an eye, they get a lot of turret gold. They can reset now with even more and look to use the remainder of the barrel. Have a look at this again, because it's Vikla walking in and starting this one off.
He ends up dodging the possible. If both of the teams have gold, then it doesn't matter. Now we have a teleport coming through. Solo kill has Flash. He's trying to get through and Assume he has Flash, but he might just get soloed out.
This is the picture in picture, but more important, violence on the other screen. Solo kill gets into the backline. They've gotten 2, but what about the turnaround as the Lilia still free firing? Golden is Xiaoshu, gets a lilting lullaby afterwards, but pulled all out because Solo kill hadn't used it now. Now Xiao trying to run away and does go down. The teleport works out. There's an ultimate from Leave. Might choose to pull it here. Does go on in. Gets headbutted away. Can't quite get the kill. A flash on out. Will try for another W. Lands it. And Leave finds another.
Not been positioning well. Vikler, in so many of these important fights, has been caught out before he can do that best damage. Same's happened for the rest of this series. Assume he ends up using his satchel a little bit unwisely to retreat from that play. And EDG, they pull the classic. You overpush, you get teleported on. RA, from what was what felt like
have teleport. It's right back into the lane. Look for a bit of a chunk there onto Quine. Doesn't find that much. Xiaoxu now looking for a flank. Dragon spawn and over go EDG.
Leaf has been so accurate. That's the Lily
Oh
roll.
my god, that's huge! It's not to multiple people! Quine chunk down. Solo kill also down about 20% HP. And Xiaoxu's on the flank! They get rid of the solo kill before he can do anything more. Quine dead as well. Golden is Xiaohao. Dragon being started. JJ needs to back away and leave. Is alive. Dragon goes down. Xiaoxu doesn't get taken out on the back end of it.
That Baron. They get themselves that Dragon to deny the soul as well. It really does feel like RA have just put on the afterburners with when we can after this one has ended. RA pushing in, still have that Baron. Teleports from EDG. Look on that minimap. When are those teleports coming in, if at all?
W set number 2 message. JJ's down! The bomb lands. He's out. They're going to keep on going. They could keep shoving through the turret with the man disadvantage. JJ just cannot stand to deliver the brand break in the defense they need.
That might just end up being the play which wins RA the series and puts EDG to 1-3 while they'll be staring at 3-1. Jue going in, pops the ult.
Does not quite yet. Now pops the ult. Holds on just about the turnaround. Solo kill pretty huge, but the Alistair chunked pretty low at this late in the game though. Triumphal Roar will heal him up just fine if he gets the opportunity to use it.
That works, I guess. Because RA don't have the soul point, EDG are happy to give that one over to the other side. So that is definitely something to keep an eye on over there. He's blitzing Lullaby into a loss for EDG. Jue trying to walk back around into the pit. And RA, are we just going for a big old flip? Leave, how gets the poke?
The last time the burger flip came on through, JJ stole it. Has flash, could do it again. Xiaoxu gets over towards the carries, crying though. Valkyrieing away. Golden went so Xiaoxu as well. Now trying to turn this one around. Xiao goes in, gets Golden himself. Doesn't pull the lulting Lullaby. Counter strike into the backline. Trying to get multiple moments as Leave. Dives in, trying to save his teammates. But there's just nothing more to be done. Crying flashing back on now. The health bar so critically low. Bashing away from the satchel, from the damage. The swirl seed just shy as well as the bouncing bombs.
RA are solo HP. They have to reset as well. Xiaohao uses his flash, uses his ult. There are a couple of resets which have to come through. Xiaoxu is the one that recalls because he has the teleport. EDG, if they get Leaf back to this play, he could still maybe throw a W over this point.
But JJ is dead. There is no smite. And the swirl seed lands onto Leaf. How much damage he's going to do? It's quite a lot, just about okay. This late in the game, you get worried, don't you?
There was no Blackfire on that.
Well, seed.
Yeah, Xiaohao's already used his ultimate too. It would have just been burned to stop that recall. It's going to be Soul for RA. They still have themselves this Dragon. The game is not going easily, though. EDG, they still want to focus.
So right.
This is what happens when you only buy pink wards and you don't get anything beyond that point. Where it doesn't pull the ultimate early again. Going in.
Oh my days, takes a lot of damage. Just about alive. The burn is good. Mega Inferno Bond ensures JJ is dead. Leave just about alive, but down to half HP. In danger. Vikler is dead in trade. Into the backline goes Xiaoxu. Gets the counter strike. Leave. Ults away. Buying time. W away from solo kill. Ensures the Pathmaker gets the kill. It's a 2-for-1 despite Leaf being jumped.
Big ultimate coming through after that point. That might just allow RA to burn down the Baron. Crine can teleport back in. EDG might want to try go in for a bit of a fight themselves. They have that Pyroclasm. See if they can front the back.
JJ, remember, has no flash though, and Xiaoxu now walking on over. Crine has to be afraid. Under the backline they go again. Xiaoxu gets a hold of that one. Baron down afterwards. Solo kill so low. Wink in the front line. Can only do so much. Solo kill pulls some away. They've got to make that 3 down. Nowhere further to go in. Cries his last few tears. Voice point of the grave and Leave. He's tried so hard. It just doesn't matter. We've changed genres. It's new metal. And we always knew who the best band there was.
8,000 damage for Leave, and it is not enough. EDG are left numb. They are left in the wake of Rare Atom. It took them a while to end this game. They probably should have snowballed it, but it does end up in their favor. RA to 3-1, EDG to 1-3.
A 45-minute knife's edge game, but in the end, it is EDG that lose.
These were some of the best highlights from the Rumble stage of LPL Summer 2024 matchup between FPX and NIP.
没有净化，很危险的，往上逼，想玩一套 EQ 一闪，哎，但是下路同步开打 ，Fortic 回城的位置被看到，来福立功了，而且帮
亏掉一个睁眼啊。
但是这样3月4的一波啊，主要是 Fortig 没进化，可能会出现伏笔，强行直接回到了部落的保护下。但是豹女的这一套伤害没有灌满，选择2次越塔吗？先拉开，状态好像有点不支撑了，在塔外的换 NIP 的双人组纷纷达到了5级以后啊，飞机来支援了，FunPlus只能往上边跑。但是丢个蛋看到飞机的一瞬间 ，Milky Way 是先跳，让丢个蛋先扛住。丢个蛋的 E 什么时候好啊？先顶住，再奶一口，标是没有标中。那这样飞机的输出，小卓来到以后再交闪现，但是在下方 EZ 是成功击杀掉了 Life 以后，正面丢个蛋也倒 ，EZ 升6，大招再赶过来 ，Milky Way 是只剩1丝血，但飞机的导弹也使用光了。
卡牌来了，手上捏着牌，但是是一张红牌。哎，3D 这张牌抽错，但是还是把人给杀了，因为有待起跑，所以后续 Care 也追不到。那 NIP
技能灌死对方 AD， 但出现的问题是 EZ 先是有意，而且洛的保护做得很好，但镜头一切回来啊，山鸡这个位置被找到 ，ZDZ 是差1点变大，直接甩到墙上 ，ZDZ 拿下人头。
这波前推危险线，阿 K 没有时间过来保哦，所以就对线的伤害是很低很低的。你其实主要的伤害是要来自你满充能的那个子枪。
就在上帝视角看过来 ，Milky Way 是刷野的顺带直接蹦过来的。
而且 Care 以及 Life 是有点远的，但正面纳尔先来，卡牌也看他来支援，想直接抓 Milky Way，Milky 是没有闪现 ，Lucky 这边格林枪一直扫，但3击先倒 ，Milky Way 血量锁住了，FunPlus还要追击吗？但火燃的一个被动，莉莉这边的
闪规避掉，
是，但因为火燃的一个威胁，所以 FunPlus 刚刚也不敢直接所有人一起肿上去。那现在对于 FunPlus 来说，他们一定是想要再吃第4只虫来得到一个争议，而且 Milky Way 身上是有惩戒的。
但 FunPlus 如果打得再慢一点的话 ，EZ 已经处理完线，在支援了，第一时间小卓开得很不错，但是定在原地以后 ，counter 的效果产生，2枪直接点掉。Life 顶进去，火男的伤害在后排依然填满。那这样两边做了一个交换
，Life 这里再被晕到，3级拿到一个人头，那人数上面是由 NIP 赚了，而且可以把后面2只虫吃掉。那两边的虫应该都是3只，没有人拿到4只的一个争议。
但同样对 NIP 来说，前期地图资源拿得不错。他有时间拖自己 Rookie 跟 Fortig 这个俩女神类的发育，
对他2条尺
，FunPlus 也还以应对啊。
Care 这样是单吃哦，经济又会再领先回来，
而且这波是顺带多交换了一个先锋，那这样2个很容易就在这场变成了索拉卡。
是，主要这把点控也不是够多，他上中不好抓。
在断线卡牌直接飞，这波是边线的3抓1，好像要抓成了。刚说完啊，其实 FunPlus 这段时间最重要的就是卢锡安在边线能不能拿到效果，但是 NIP 马上的3人集结，
大人头给到了 Lucky 很舒服。
Care 这波连甚至交闪的机会没有。
是，但 FunPlus 也是立刻做了一个反应，把刚刚拿下的一个先锋拿来做撞中外塔，然后下路由朱德章带掉了一个外塔，所以现在3座外塔 FunPlus 是都已经拿下来了。哎，在这里回家吗？来福感觉有点大意了，被火男补上一波输出，还有一个被动 Fortig 也在旁边，闪现躲一个 Q。但是后续伊泽瑞尔的一个机动性可以让他很轻松的把这个人头给追下来。阿 K 拿下了人头。
哎，来福说还你一个，
不欠你了。
哎，对 ，Fortig 给了我，
他现在每一波都要接了。
是的，
因为你给到 EZ 飞机这种电龙魂太舒服了。
再压一波线，洛直接上来抬，被钉在塔下，第一时间把塔拔掉，再来开团。小卓是凭借自己灵活的身位拉开，你可以看到火男的伤害太爆炸了，后面每一个人都是残血。
因为伊泽瑞尔最后上来一个 Q， 对不对？也必须交闪哦。刚刚200点危险不到，猜错边了，应该是在右边的，不支持他们来接这波龙团了。那只能看Milky Way过来有没有机会逞一下。朱德章刚好变大，卡牌开大招，看到所有那个位置，看到回家那个 K 过去发牌 ，Q 技能有出吗 ？A 加被动，2下被动直接带走。正面3级这个位置可能是拿来硬换，而另外一边 NIP 过来追击，但是朱德章也是往后退开，两边现在都是4打4。
而且山鸡这一飞把阿 Care 的这个回城打断，成功做交换以后，龙已经是让 NIP 拿到了。
是的，那这波就是换人头，但是拿到龙 ，NIP 还是小赚的那一方。
是，而且对于 FunPlus 来说最为难，哎，看一下这波丢个蛋。
什么想法？
豹女打大龙的速度是给不了 NIP 压力，
但他的想法做到了。他其实这波是在骗大招，就我们一般人说 BTP， 他这波就是逼命运，逼卡牌的大。
但是来波灯下黑，2次的摸大龙 ，NIP 应该是有所感觉的，因为全地图都看不到人啊。
但卡牌还有一点远，因为他刚刚那个大招他并没有第一时间来，
再慢慢探。
哎，要打
掉，血线下的很快了。
我有 FunPlus 搏到了。
再次还搭进去一个，
还搭进去一个，
可能不止一个。
丢给他已经移过来了，阿 K 闪上去，但是有一个丢个店在等他 ，Double Kill 拿到3级这边过来，握着牌，但要发谁？想要去找丢个店，这边 Lucky 在跟朱德章对打， 来福这边过来喂一下解围，让对面店可以做海克斯科技飞门给飞走。
全员收队，先把辅助卖掉，但是看一下 C 位能不能走是关键。山鸡直接闪过来，不想给你回城的机会。凯尔过墙闪，而在侧面战场2打3的情况下 ，NIP 凭借着自己双 C 的强度，强行打成了1打1。Rookie 还想再来，灵光弹空了 ，ZDZ 说该到我的回合了。
跳上来
Rookie 赶紧交出自己的闪现，拉开位置，但是 Q 技能稳稳命中。而在豹女内侧，豹女拿到了飞机的人头，
踩到夹子了，
夹子带走了。
那个槽里面有一个夹子。
那这样强行的打出任何一个人走，甚至不惜牺牲自己来硬换你，
是因为这波走了，那绝对就是会把前面的优势都给送还回去。
可能我个人立场感觉 NIP 赚了，就是连带龙魂
对啊，我也是觉得。
我觉得。
哦，再镜头回来，阿 K 在野区被逮捕了，这波闪现交过，应该是野区被挤了一波。
EZ 的大远处刮来，奔着兵线想把2塔拔掉，这个龙 buff 最后一个龙种啊做到了实情。
大家的话，下路内塔一拿，有一个900块的一个团队收益。感觉实力还在上升，来到了个3500。但这边那个电龙魂也可以帮助现在在防守大龙进攻的一个 NIP。小多要上了 ，RW 进去以后把 K 打残。
EZ 跳脸想进行输出，这个位置5个人抱团的撤退，可能 NIP 应该
但有一只典型的涅槃的 IG， 哎，对吧？涅槃就我怎么样，出生之徒啊，对，就弄。用烈士8000，我也是主动开的。
大龙没有视野，只能靠硬探。小卓顶上去，发现伤害不对呀，
会被
烫死吗？直接烫死了。EZ 拉大招，方向选择错误。FunPlus 在全员后退，被火男的一波 AOE 炸得够呛。
是的，
来福这个位置血量非常低了，给一张黄牌向后拉扯，两边成功的做了一波交换。
反而控了很好的路过来，但是正面现在两边都有减员，都是辅助倒下。Rookie 的状态不是很好。3级下一张再抽牌，朱德章的一个怒气已经控不住了，但这边一张黄牌，让阿 K 可以去把朱德章给打残，把血手都给打出来了，
直接敲出来了哈。顺带2个技能直接把血手带出来的盾也给下掉。
是的，这就是电龙国的一个魅力，在战局持续的越久，它就越有收益。FunPlus 觉得不能再跟你拖了，直接过来拼大龙。阿 K 有闪走过来，已经知道对面在打，但是没有看到大龙的一个血量，因为小卓现在才复活，没有辅助来提供一个视野，这种可能是个拼整局，就可以喂过去拦一下。卢锡安是把大龙给保住以后，但是FunPlus队员状态依旧很差，可能要被往对面的一个野区赶，然后来被包夹。K 这里应该也是一个死局，走不掉，只有纳尔这里用超级回城回去。那这种男爵就跟立场男爵不一样，能换掉吗？换掉了一个，那小卓刚复活又倒了。
但是剩下4个人都存活的情况下 ，FunPlus 倒了双 C 加打野啊，远古龙要易主给 NIP 了，而且 NIP 带着电龙的可能就会走。
是，而且最恐怖的是，你残血要走的时候，如果有一个火男的大进来，那就是所有人要散开了啊。
中路塔被卡牌带掉。
我们之前比赛里面看过好几次这种火男发育很好的火男配远古龙的恐怖之处。小头波想开，闪现开，但是这边只看到对面前把一轮大招直接把对面给刮了半条血量。豹女赶紧给拿莱夫，知道自己走不掉，回头指。3级前来还算健康，朱德章只能往后跳。3级的血量锁住了。
但是你可以看到 NIP 这几个人沐浴着龙血的情况下，浑身都在发亮啊！
是的，
后排被炸的有点顶不住了。
Rookie 很凶，刚刚直接把耳机里补充向前。朱德章知道这时候必须站出来，但是伊泽瑞也跳上来帮 Rookie 继续来清洁自己一个输出，看血量很危机，要被斩了呀 ！Rookie 直接闪现过去，结果这里一个盾弓触发，但是把 Rookie 给反身换掉。Rookie 这波是不是扛了很多防御塔？换命的一个打法，滴滴过来，但是有1技能躲掉了滴滴，如来神掌大招再挂，直接把 Rookie 给融化掉了。波利克向前移，结果做一个 Q 就会死，向走位 ，W 挂到，再一个 Q 插泉水，一个 E 咆哮杀掉了一个 double kill。朱德章这边只能是过去把中路的线给清掉，但是阿 K 过来找他，小纳尔还在清线，
而且3级已经回来了呀！
一张牌是龙啸黄牌。
那这样保着最后一个炮车顶上来以后，想把兵线再拖一拖，来福做不到。
是的，那炮车但是这样扛他，时间应该够了。
下一波
也补进来了，
上来了。恭喜 NIP
拿下了我们主内赛的第1个小局，小局首胜。
是，而且意外的今天
Much Yasuo recently. But Rookie trying to return the favor. This is huge stuff. Folks, if you are not familiar with Rookie's Yasuo, this isn't a gank, it's just there to get souls, it's to get a double tap onto a melee character, and just allows Shanji to get ahead in the matchup because EDZ ends up dropping some individual turret plate gold as well. And getting Senna some gold is pretty valuable. The Q3 though was problematic, forced to flash out of Photic alongside the cleanse. And Life will get to back away, but key little gank there. Photic was really, really good there. Just hang on the edge of turret range, but then does get punished by
Life coming through. I think Life has been a heck of a good form.
Hang on. But Milky Way's there. It was all a bait. The Pillar of Flame has got the Buster Shot back towards damage, and Milky Way shows Rookie who the real master of the AP AD mid jungle is.
And you know what? You can be as historic a Yasuo player as you want. You're still gonna do Yasuo things. Now, Aki finding out Life. He has no flash.
Danger. Moonfall comes crashing on down. Gets to go over the wall, does Life, but there will be a flash from Aki if he requires it, but there's still the E cooldown, and Luna Rush secures a kill, so it ends up being a 1-for-1.
Also, while all this is happening, Photic is getting really good souls from double tapping ZDZ. By the way, you can start doing the Keyblade. Photic is off of vision. Was he spotted going into this brush? I think he might be. Life doesn't have that flash. Milky Way does!
Gets the Seer afterwards into the conflagration. Photic getting bounced around as a Pyroclasm. Ensure Milky Way goes 2-0.
Yeah, Milky Way is
interesting. What to say, but Senna autos and Qs aren't blocked by Wind. We'll talk about that later, though, because ZDZ is in danger. Gets Moonfalled and immediately Refrigerator pulled out of the damaging section of the Dawning Shadow. On the other side, though, traded back immediately by FPX.
And IP looking towards this dino. They did play this back in Spring Plus. I'm trying to remember if it was versus FPX that they beat them out with as well, which they played the Moonbase Alpha combo. It is just jumping forwards with that Moonfall. And flash for the exhaust. Q comes through, gets knocked up, and he dies. Okay, so I was like, okay, that's a replay of something. I guess he just died even though we saw him outplay a little bit. That Dinah gets that one, has to smite it, but we have seen Ezreal take a few. This does mean now that 6 grubs will be going to the side of NIP.
I saw the timer flash up there, and I was like, I wonder whether that one was stolen. Not quite as Jor, though, is going to be in a dangerous position as Milky Way and friends are around. Jor now going to pull out the ultimate himself, and Rookie coming on over could look to get a big ultimate. Gets onto Milky Way, can try and get some damage back, does make it at least a 1-for-1 here.
And he's going to continue to jump onto Life. Another knock-up. The attack speed is there. Remember, he has the Berserker Greaves and that Rika bow. W lands, but it's not going to be enough to follow up for another kill.
ZDZ slowed down by Aki with the smite. Flashed away from Flash Moonfall afterwards. I mean, ZDZ likely falls and does so. A second kill towards this Diana.
Stacks up that Conqueror so quickly does that Diana. Has the Lich Bane. It's not that...
flash coming through.
Flash to move the Moonfall with you. Does eventually lead to that kill.
Does it that, and they get themselves that second kill. Bot lane turret goes down. Our green could be a good opportunity for an angle.
So many flank angles, man. Look at all these wards. NIP just walked into the bot jungle. They took that blue buff. Herald's coming in from FPX. FPX are trying to use this Herald to make sure that vision advantage in bot
Here we go! Huge Moonfall! A flash on in ensures Milky Way dies before he can press R. Massive moment of damage back, though. Kabru problematic. Huge Q3. ZDZ to the backline. Ensures Diana falls. Another one back, though, as Fody continues to trade on out. The health bars are so low. But Ninjas in Pyjamas are putting FPX to bed.
FPX, they try and turn around the fight, but it just doesn't work well enough. 1 for 3. It's going to be the mid lane turret falling, and it's not weirdly going to be that mid lane out of turret. I thought that IP would end up prioritizing that more, but stopping soul point from FPX, of course, very, very valuable.
Oh, huge moment. The Blade of the Ruin King healing and all of that. Still proving really problematic. Milky Way, though, potentially going to try and find something. They spotted them out. Oh, no. It could get very ugly from here. Life tries to go on in, but the Magnet Storm is too far out. And FPX looking for the Fnatic Death Bush is sniffed out. A swift Hexgate out. Those 2 members die again.
Aki just broke Life's ankles, hops over the crash down. Gives NIP some hope for their drafts.
This is exciting stuff, and it's the kind of creativity and then execution after you love to see. If they can start threatening this combo, other teams are going to have to start raising an eyebrow and considering their drafts a little more.
Yeah, so NIP playing some different stuff today. Really fun to see that Q3. And look at this. Jumps over the Magnet Storm. Just slick footwork. Aki breaking Life's ankles.
And Rookie is immediate there to back up his brother in the jungle. The Yasuo Diana combo coming out to be a kind of a threat like this with the rest of the team as Photic gets a big catch onto Life. As the backline goes Shanji, and they murder 2. Milky Way dead to right. They just can't stand to deliver. Dogdam seeing a moment though onto Shanji with the exhaust coming on down to the Sterex pops. Rookie into the backline again. Does his own tricks. Trying to do some damage. Pulled all out into the back of the Baron pit as Rookie. Now in a dangerous position. Sweeping Blade. Immortal Shield Bow is procced. It's a 1 versus 4 though. And Cassante can't say. And he is dead this time around. Silenced in the Baron pit.
NIP pull his fabric apart at the seams, and FPX are left a tattered. Yes, there are some flashes back from Photic can draw. You could see the damage coming through from Care once they had that, but Dogdom getting caught like this. Pinpoint accuracy from Rookie. It gets rid of that Buster Shot, I believe, as well. Something with that wind wall. That wind wall ends up getting a lot of value here, too. Gets out with a shield bow, which is really, really helpful for the Asura when you are diving in so deep, and they walk away with the fight and the Baron.
Baron secured, and now they can keep dodging on forward. Aki with a flash and an R means everyone stepping up here is at risk of another combo landing. And they haven't missed this game. None of the Yasuo Diana combos have gone wrong.
They've looked out of their league in a lot of ways. I think they are likely still going to be heading towards the bottom of the Ascension group. We'll see if they can make it out of that bottom 2 and still qualify for playoffs just straight through this group. But they have layers of NIP to get those advantages that NIP thrive off.
Problem is now that the item discrepancy is beginning to kick on through, and this is NIP's highest point of power. 2 items on all of these champions should be a terror. They only land up a knock-up onto 1. Life gets hit by the last embrace. No one going forwards just yet, but FPX constantly on the wear out for some more damage coming on through.
That's going to be another inhibitor down. It's so hard for FPX to mount any kind of fight. They don't want to be going in for the Rel combo. If Aki hops over the Rel again, the game will end. It is so hard for FPX to find themselves the play. When they engage, NIP's slapback is ridiculously strong.
There's a flank option here. Potentially as the resets come on through, into the backline goes Life, but to little avail. Milky Way, again the target in the backline. Flashing on out isn't bad, and actually that's pretty good turnaround damage. Rookie is shut down. Health bars from NIP low, but they just can't keep going.
And it's gonna be Rookie dying because he ends up getting slowed by the Rylai's burn from Milky Way. How BS is
no.
This is a fasting setup.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, Dogdam. I don't think it's been his fault. I think it's been hard for him to farm, and here it's hard to walk out of Fog of War. But the problem is now Photic gets to walk up and be just as healthy as this Ezreal in terms of the gold, and that is not what FPX wanted.
Sure, it's about to bring in the pain train at some point as Dogdam steps on forward and gets some chunk damage. But again, you just don't have the same items at this point. It's so difficult, and Shanji still got a Asterix to go through, still got an R and a flash. You can threaten him vaguely, but to what avail?
Yeah, that's the question, isn't it, Naki? Doesn't have that flash live, text flashing forward. It's so hard to make this play, though. Shanji on the flank, center ult to keep them under tower.
Jumps onto Aki briefly, goes golden, can maybe look to Luna Rush afterwards. Thurkey to go back on in. The damage, though, is still huge. Gets Milky Way a little bit low. He's dead already. Doesn't get that much value out of the ult. There's the Guardian Angel from Rookie, who's very deep. A Buster Shot away. Likely sees the fall of Rookie 2. And now actually Care maybe gets some resets. Jumped on. The bomb will kill off Show before he gets the reset. It's a pentakill! What on earth is this?
Oh my god!
Stolen!
Stolen at the end! We thought it was going to be the penta for Care. Scum! When they get this Baron now, it's going to be 1, an objective bounty. 2, it's going to allow them to wave play even from inhibs down. And what this means is that
a bit there, for all that he is even in gold enough, or was even in gold until that fight. Still only level 12.
Folks, I actually think this is another thing too. You often go through a kind of flowchart in terms of whose item is most important to get a great combo to Rookie.
Oh, they get them both! They're going to get some damage down. Not quite got the kills. They lose Rookie, but Milky Way is dead. The turnaround damage beginning to come on through, though, as Care still alive. Buster Shot Aki away. Dogdam gets the kill. They don't secure it. Teleports out coming on through as Care hops over the wall. They continue to hump for some more. ZDC hops on forward with some footwork to get some damage on. Gets a double knockup, but it's alone on the falls. And my days, Baron was in their infantry already, and NIP fail again to end the game.
And now with the Baron buff still around, with already a 4.5k Baron power play, ZDZ's going to be on wave clear duty to save the towers, but FPS can run straight in and maybe take an inhibitor tower with a couple of seconds left on Rookie.
Don't point for FPX as well, for all that NIP have picked up 3 in a row. This could still be a difficult one to give over.
Shenji's going to start popping the ult now. Aki very, very strong, but there's an exhaust on Dogdam. 130 souls on center, that's something to note as well. Baron started by FPX, pulling NIP into this.
Life and Care off on another angle could prove difficult. ZDZ getting chunked out, but those resists get shredded by Baron down to about 8,000 HP. Aki, Flash, E, not going to be easy to keep out of the pit. Gone, not going in. The teleport behind, though, could be a problem.
Shanji's coming in again. Fish in a barrel. Dogdam, Milky Way out of the play, but they go straight into the Renekton, but he is alone.
What is going on? NIP, you look for the fight, don't find it. Teleport behind and don't find anybody. It's Baron for free.
What the hell is happening to NIP? Their macro around the last drag. The first time you failed, you get a little bit antsy. The second time it fails, that's when you get scared because you've given up too much gold. Care gets that blue, but you don't see Photic, though.
Get his huge root onto him. Now he's in danger. Fall on afterwards. He gets Buster Shot away. Just about alive. Flashing on out now. Needs to stay alive. GA popped. Photic might have just won them the game. They need to kill Care afterwards. Life comes crashing on down. But the last breath brings Cares down. No more Cares to give. Ninjas in Pyjamas will surely win the game, having caught out the mid laner at last. But Photic so low, burning down, they get dogged up too! Milky Way has to do it all! The damage is huge! Surely, not like this, FPX, you lost both AD carries!
Rookie doesn't have the damage, Milky Way comes to save the day! Rookie will go down, he will lose his GA, and FPX, they just had to buy time for their jungle superstar!
No.
That curtain of stars in the Milky Way! They failed the combo, and now they are desperate. They are panicking, they are not hitting the right targets with their ultimates, and they're snatching and grabbing at plays. I felt like this was a good draft from them.
As well. It's just Milky Way for once. They don't target, and it feels like you've got to get all three or do it so cleanly they don't get time to do the consistent damage.
Good luck doing that through with Zhonya's. Docdam doesn't have the exhaust. Shanji, he might need to teleport in.
They get onto the backline again. It's not the biggest option though. Aki targeted out by ZDZ. Rookie being stunned up. The brand damage is huge. Damage flying on through the teleport so late. Oh, ninjas. It's a disaster, a turning of the age. Guns beat shurikens. And FPX bring us to game 3.
It is ninjas in morgues. FPX have taken them out of bed and put them in the grave. And NIP, they failed their macro for the back half of this game. They failed the quiz, they failed the exam, and FPX are going to give them a failing grade as they take this back to even. Somehow, some way, it goes to 1-1 as FPX find their wings.
Base broken, every inhibitor taken, but NIP in the late game could not deal with the raw damage, could not get the combo to land. We're going to 3. It's his mid laner who would play Galio inevitably to back up Milky Way's ability to play so aggressively on this champion. He had a whole segment.
Either Bruiser or that tank variant, and then after that point became more of that AP threat from that jungle.
Milky Way holding onto the Dance Varus, now hops on forwards. The ward's still there, can start to do some damage. Aki gets the stun, and Milky Way in danger. Just didn't deal with that option. Flashing for the auto, needs one more for the mark. Gets it. Now Care and Rookie in the 1v1, but there's still a Q3 from Rookie, which means this gets very scary indeed. And a red buff on Ione means slicing, dicing, and a flash for another kill.
It's a mark to Milky Way, but the kills go to Rookie, and you know what?
As long as you don't stall out at that 2-item mark.
Yeah, I think that the Kraken Slayers were also really important with the item changes. Going to be a fight here. Joe, can he jump back in time? I don't know.
And remember, Brand's the marks. There's not one there, but the turn on to Aki could be another one coming on through. The ult afterwards. Flash over the wall. Mark 5. 2 kills for FPX.
5 marks in under 11 minutes, and FPX get a great kill from the Fog of War. Dwarf doesn't put up the shield in the right angle to stop Docdam doing damage. Docdam dunks him down, and NIP are going to be left watching Milky Way take off on this Kindred. So many marks so early on. You got Rookie going for an all-in, pulls the ult, doesn't use the E just yet, doesn't charge his Q up yet. Shanji's here, Care's probably dead.
Dragon's Descent comes on through, and enough armor proves this one very difficult. Shanji with a burnout just does not care for how far you can dash away, runs him down, and gets a kill back for NIP.
Towards the spot side. Rookie has 2 kills, and that's below the Rune King. I haven't talked about him for a little while, but it does feel like he can do a lot. Aki caught.
Oh, that's a lot of damage back. The door comes on up, but the damage already kind of done. Into the backline goes Docdam. Beyond the door. Jaw just about alive, but they lose Shyvana too. 2 dead. Dragon spawned. FPX on the road.
NIP leave their jungler. Well, they try and join their jungler. They try and say, okay, let's try and keep him alive. And they overcommit for it. FPX have so much extra follow-up. Life, pinpoint with the ult.
In very clean fashion last game. They have played 1.9 fantastic games of League of Legends. They are now in a really difficult position in this game 3. Dive onto ZDZ might be an option, but Rookie shorts the Fate Sealed. Can't quite get on top of that as they were looking for the tower and more.
Yeah, good flash from ZDZ. I think it was reactive, knowing that Rookie was likely trying to lock him under the turret. Shanji does have his full rage now, so can go into the Dragon form with the Dragon's Descent. And NIP, they're falling apart now. Discomfort for Aki. NIP, you made this bed yourself. You made this. Before this series, I was talking about how I thought that NIP would be favorites coming into this, but it was still close. It's hard by putting so many people top lane. They're leaving open mid lane to get hits.
I know.
Hang on a second. What NIP? I mean, they might look for a teleport behind this. The Herald has been summoned in the mid lane from FPX. See a good trade onto Milky Way, but you know, NIP by forcing towards top nowadays.
Is it BF still
Yes,
got
it is.
N-Circ? Oh.
Yeah, so there
I
you go,
don't
Sam.
know.
Someone's not played Kindred in a little while.
I know, you're not wrong.
So yes, he will be going up towards that collector, and he'll be looking to just just dunk down on that first target, try and secure as much as he can with that big AD spike and that ability.
It's
When it
gone.
comes to this,
I think it's gone. Rookie's there with 2 items as well. They're going to get Soul Point, but they don't know. FPX coming on over now, down about half HP. Can they come and play this? They're going to get in and try for the fight afterwards. Baron is down, already taken by NIP in trade, all out onto the Shyvana. Fate sealed out of the pit, leaves ZDZ alone. Jaw gets over the wall by pressing E, and Braum stands behind his team. Baron on 5, NIP sneak it away.
and it's only Soul Points for FPX.
This tier 2 should realistically get rid of this one fast enough. Doesn't have the most AD or even that many grubs, so still only gets half of it so far. And all the while, Care in the picture-in-picture gets the tier 2 up there. So FPX not letting this Baron work super easily right now. It's Docdown trying to clear up the wave in the face of Aki and Photic.
Ooh, God, gets tagged by that
Hang
double
on, Jaw.
buddy. You can't be careful with that.
Flash away, the Mounting Dread comes on through, Jaw in dangerous position, flash away, has the heal, but into the backline they go, Photic's dead, they get a hold of him, Docdown pulls the Killer Instinct, another W lands, and they get the kill and break the shove in mid lane. Shanji not with the rage enough to go Dragon form right now, and the Dragon fortunately cannot descend.
Shanji only has that ghost, can't really do much without that ult, and suddenly FPX, they're the ones which flip this Baron power play over on its head. With this tower, they're going to get briefly NIP into a negative Baron power play. ZDZ, he's pretty tanky. There's a Thornmail on him too, which means he's going to be denying some of that Blade of the Ruin King healing coming in from Rookie. He'll wave clear just fine, and suddenly FPX, despite the 5v5 any longer.
They significantly changed time to kill for Milky Wave, and the play pattern from Docdown can now play from a lot further away in terms of throwing out those W's as Care throws down the R. Milky Wave still with the Lamb Spike, yet to really see that this game. NIP in position around the river. Care flashes away from the Fate Seal. The Rookie goes wide, pulls back immediately. Solar Flare afterwards, slows them all down. But FPX not really able to follow up. True Shot Barrage afterwards, and Rookie down to about half HP. Another W lands.
And Docdown has AP, they're going in again.
Blade, damage to the backline, Docdown, Q's, and Acacia rains on all of their parades. Shanji, Dragon's Descent, gets 2. Milky Way, though, still able to trade on out, doing as much damage as they can, still has a Lamb's Respite to work with, yet to need to use it. Lamb's Respite, not there, finally pops it, can heal on up, and it'll be a 3 versus 1, and a Q3 from ZDZ prevents anything else. Milky Way gets the ace. Soul will be theirs afterwards, and FPX win the fight in style.
Milky Way has finally called on to carry. Docdown goes too deep into 4 members.
You're leaving the Lucian, the Kindred, the Cassante to turn at your rears and just break your backs.
He dip, dodge, duck, Docdown and died.
Yeah.
And he's going to go now back into this Baron, picked up by FPX.
Man,
NIP have to watch that one go down.
7 marks for the Kindred now as well. Yes, the Kaiser's a threat, but there are so many threats now on FPX. It gets quite tricky, and this Baron always going in second. There is someone going first, a Leona, something like that, and that's just not the case here for NIP. And now ZDZ goes on forward, forces Aki to flash back away. Yone might have an opportunity here, finds a Fate Sealed onto a couple, but Milky Way gets to press Lamb's Respite, is tanky enough at this point to stay alive. And the Ocean Soul afterwards, Docdown hunting for more, gets to go golden. Another Zenith Blade allows a kill onto the Dragon. Dragon hunting, they're going extinct. We might have lost in the Euros finals, but St. George's boys will still find something here to claim another Dragon alongside
Turrets are going
Soul.
down. They're trying to protect the minions. Photic is alive. How much can he do? ZDZ at full HP, teleporting back in. Might have just bought them the game.
Photic so low, goes down. Lucian double taps him. It's Zombieland again. You know the rules. So do the rest of us. FunPlus Phoenix scream to life, racing for the ashes of a game 2.
These were some of the best highlights from the Rumble stage of LPL Summer 2024 matchup between FPX and NIP. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.